รักเราคงอยู่คู่กันไปในหัวใจคงอยู่คู่เชย
Born into a life of luxury and duty, Princess Ubolratana Rajakanya of Thailand was destined for a future of royal protocol and tradition. But this member of the revered House of Chakri had other plans. She gave up her royal title after marrying an American and moving abroad. What followed was a journey of self-discovery, unexpected challenges, and a transformation that would change her life forever. Was her decision a reckless one? At what cost did she gain her freedom? What were the events that followed? Well, sit tight and let us take a ride through this story. Life for the princess. There is quite a mysterious narrative associated with Princess Ubolratana of Thailand. She was born into a royal family and enjoyed all the comfort and glamour that being associated with a royal family brought. However, something increasingly unexpected happened. She gave up her royal title, and rumors spread like wildfire before she knew what was happening. Others said she was bored with her role as a princess and wanted to pursue freedom. Some claimed she wanted to find her true self outside the palace walls. The truth never came to the open, and as time passed, people started getting increasingly curious. Consequently, other questions started arising. Did she have a joyful life being raised in that palace? What about her family? Did they approve of the decision she made when she left? Obviously, it doesn't look like a decision any royal family would accept. Or was her case different? We'll find out later in the video. Before then, let's briefly look at her life from the beginning. It is funny that even in her family, she was not referred to as Princess Ubolratana Rajakanya. Instead, she was called Pei, or Fi Ying. Ubolratana was born on the 5th of April 1951 in Lausanne, Switzerland, and she is the firstborn child to King Bhumibol Adulyadej of Thailand and Queen Sirikit. You wouldn't expect she was the only one among her siblings born outside Thailand. Surprising, right? Her name, Ubolratana, translates to glass lotus, a lovely honor given to her maternal grandmother, Bua Kittiakara. To the Thai people, though, she was known by a different title, Thun Kramom, which means the daughter of a reigning queen. The title suggests authority and measures her key position in the royal household. After spending most of her time abroad, Princess Ubolratana came home and started residing in the building known as Amphorn Sathan Residential Hall in the Dusit Palace. This was where her father, King Bhumibol Adulyadej, proceeded to shower her with their finest gifts and crown her Her Royal Highness at a ceremony they used to mark her first month's birthday. This ceremony was called Fra Rachafiti Somfo Duean Lai Quen Prayu, and there she formally received her full name, Royal Highness Princess Ubolratana Rajakanya, Sirivatana Barnavadi. Interestingly, Ubolratana was her father's favorite little girl, and for very good reasons. She was beautiful, intelligent, and an athlete. She was very good, and her father enjoyed playing tennis and badminton with her. The love and respect between the two elevated even higher since the King of Thailand appreciated Ubolratana's hard work. Unlike some people who relaxed anytime they competed with the king, Ubolratana never spared him because she gave it her best shot each time. They decided to take it to the 1967 Southeast Asian Peninsular Games. Can you imagine what it would have been like? This event, now called the Southeast Asian Games, was graced by King Bhumibol Adulyadej and his daughter Princess Ubolratana. Their participation was in the interests of Air Chief Marshal Dawi Cholasapya, who wished to showcase King Bhumibol's prowess in sports. Dawi drew his inspiration from a Norwegian king who had won a gold Olympic medal and was looking forward to the Thai monarch winning an Olympic medal. This is where things started getting interesting. When Princess Ubolratana was racing in the sailing competition, she outpaced her father, and you can only imagine the level of anxiety Dawi might have experienced because the king was at the heart of the matter. What if he didn't win? Wouldn't it tarnish his image? Fortunately, his spirit of the competition returned in a flash, and the next thing, the king regained his stance, eventually winning the race. Dawi must have been relieved when he finally saw that the king had won the competition. Who wouldn't be? In the end, it was a win for both father and daughter, as well as for the country of Thailand. Aside from being good at sports, what kind of education system did Ubolratana undergo? She was the kind of person who loved learning, and it drove her to study. She first entered Chitralada School in Thailand, where she completed her high school education. However, Ubolratana wanted more and more. So, what did she do? She grabbed the bull by the horns and pursued her tertiary education in the United States. She chose to join the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, also called MIT, which is among the leading universities globally. It should therefore not be a surprise that she excelled there, even with the school's cutthroat academic standard. 1969 was quite a fascinating year for Ubolratana. She got her bags and left for the United States to join the prestigious Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Her goal? To become a nuclear physicist. Talk about ambition! King Bhumibol Adulyadej couldn't help but beam with pride, so much so that he used her as an example to Thai students studying there to prove her determination and brains. At this point, you may wonder what led to the strain in the father and daughter relationship. You may also be stressed about the events that led to giving up her royal title. Well, with all the good things in life, this story takes quite an interesting turn. In 1972, the princess's personal life became a spectacle to the public and a cause for worry. They found out that she was in a relationship with an American classmate, Peter Jensen, and this news saddened her father to the core because it distorted his best-laid strategies for succession to the throne. The palace probably frowned on and feared the consequences of Ubolratana's involvement with a foreigner. To what extent would this change the future monarchy? Would it enable or nullify succession? These were some of the questions that must have woken the palace officials from their sound sleep. When the princess agreed to join hands in holy matrimony with Peter Lad Jensen against her parents' inclination, it was a thug of war. King Bhumibol and Queen Sirikit did not accept their daughter's boyfriend, which likely means they must have fought to break the couple up. However, Ubolratana was bent on this decision and did not budge. This was not the first time she challenged traditional norms of royal life. Sometime in her life, she had been in a relationship with a non-royal Thai student, and her parents had also attempted to end their relationship. Ubolratana was rebellious and angry with the royal life, which confined her and did not allow her to choose who she wanted to be with. She simply had to push her way. However, the king's reaction to her decision was quite severe. In July 1972, he mentioned that she would stop using the title of the Royal Highness, and inadvertently, this would affect the title her children would have. However, its effects did not deter her. She already made up her mind and she would get married to Jensen. That was when King Bhumibol officially disowned his daughter. Following the new events, Ubolratana returned to the States and did not return to Thailand for 8 years. Contrary to the typical royal family, there seemed to be no love lost between King Bhumibol and his daughter Ubolratana in the beginning, especially regarding their closeness. However, as soon as she decided to get married, their once close relationship dwindled the drain. However, do you think the king's reaction was born out of personal sentiment or just out of political concern for the future of the monarchy? Nonetheless, the king continued his strategies concerning who would be next in line for his throne. By the end of 1972, he called his son, Vajiralongkorn, home from his study at the Duntroon Royal Military College in Australia. They planned to host a celebration that marked his rite of passage to be the future monarch of Thailand. The event was quite impressive and went on for 9 days, and after all the specific religious rites, Vajiralongkorn was declared the future Devaraja Dhamaraja. On the 28th of December, the prince was enthroned in a formal ceremony and introduced to both Thai and international communities as the legitimate heir of the Chakri dynasty. That was how the princess ceased to be a royal. However, Ubolratana's story was not yet over. Instead, it was just the beginning of a new phase in her life. What happened to Ubolratana after she left Thailand? Was she able to put up with life in the United States? Let's find out. Life after marrying Jensen. While living in the States, Ubolratana started reconstructing her social persona and creating a new life. She had already exchanged her royal privileges for a quieter lifestyle to spend more time with her children and do the things she loved. However, she never left her royal legacy behind. She was a Thai royal by birth. It was several years later, in 1980, that Ubolratana decided to return to Thailand, carrying a 3-month pregnancy and ready to come face to face with her family. Of course, Everybody in the public still loved the beautiful princess and considered her return the kind a prodigal daughter would embark on. When she first got out of her car into the palace compound, she immediately dropped herself on the floor and prostrated before the king. The look on Bhumibol's face suggested that he was still very much upset by his daughter's actions, even if he momentarily held her in a benevolent and paternal embrace that made it seem like he had forgiven her. She was also known in the press as Princess Ubolrat, but her only official title was Than Poying, which was of a non-royal rank. Yet despite the warm reception Princess Ubolratana received, her official status did not change. After just 4 days, the couple scurried back to their Southern California home, leaving the rest of the world to wonder what the future had in store for this former princess. Would she ever get back her royal title? What would become of her relationship with her family? Only time could tell. As the years went by, Ubolratana continued to lead a relatively quiet life in the United States. She built her family and charity work while sustaining her sense of Thai nationality. However, no matter how hard she tried, she couldn't seem to help that part of her that felt left behind in Thailand. However, as time went on, Ubolratana's life progressed further, and by 1981, she delivered a lovely baby girl, whom they named Ploipailan. Then, something happened when she returned to Thailand for her sister Chulabhorn's wedding. The Thai people loved Ubolratana dearly as if she were their sister, and as soon as she returned to her home country, the people demanded her royal title back. From the look of things, it appeared that the queen, the people, and Ubolratana all wanted it. Nonetheless, there was nothing good about this monarchical silence, for while the Thai population was rallying around King Bhumibol, he was firm with his decision. He did not allow his daughter any official visibility and responsibility within the palace or the family. That, however, did not stop Ubolratana at all. She and her husband persisted in regular trips to Thailand, which enriched their friendship with the royal family and all the Thai people. The remainder of the 1990s only made King Bhumibol's legacy more complex. Notwithstanding all the pomp and grandeur of the Ninth Reign, 1996 was a singularly terrible year for the royal family. Queen Elizabeth II may have had her own annus horribilis in 1992, but the problems King Bhumibol faced were mostly kept out of the media's view. King Bhumibol's children were also very unhappy, and the complicated interplay of royal duties and personal desires was the root of the problem. His eldest daughter, Ubolratana, felt suffocated by her life in Southern California, where she was raising her 3 children. She missed the glitter of her life as a princess and the wealth that could have supported her daughter, Ploipailan, in becoming an internationally known concert pianist. Soon enough, Princess Ubol started visiting Bangkok more often than usual in the early 1990s. And guess what? She was always gladly welcomed by the city's high society. Although her rank was a mere Than Poying or lady, she was addressed as a princess in English, and most people accorded her all the respect due to any member of the royal family. Queen Sirikit herself played a vital role in helping Ubolratana reintegrate herself back into Thai society. In 1992, Sirikit supported Ubolratana by starting her charity organization, the Ubolrat Foundation, by organizing a fundraising ball for Sirikit's birthday. The foundation was established and quickly became very popular, raising 5 million baht in the first year and 20 million baht the next year. The Ubolratana Foundation was created to foster Ubolratana's image of being a hardworking royal in the Chakri line for the eye of the public. Nevertheless, the foundation's first beneficiary was Ploipailan, Ubolrat's daughter, who received the funding for the piano recital at the 1993 ball. Many considered this decision a mistake, and the family was said to be ashamed that people thought Ubolratana was exploiting the foundation. The foundation quickly responded that it would donate 3 million baht to truly deserving projects under Ploipailan, Ubolrat, and her husband, Peter Jensen. Some considered this an attempt to downplay the negative feedback and shift the audience's attention to the noble work the foundation was engaged in. Nonetheless, the Ubolrat Foundation continued functioning, and Ubolrat continued to support philanthropic activities. The reemergence of Ubolratana into public view was nothing short of brilliant. At 40 years old, this lady was still a stunning beauty and knew how to make it work. This was pure determination. She started gracing the front covers of almost all Thai magazines in stylishly smart French fashions. Photos of her were taken either at a high society party, a fashion shoot, or even at charity events. Never did she fail to look elegant. However, it was her 36-page photo essay in Dichan magazine in September 1994 that raised eyebrows. The spread was shocking, not just because of how vulgar it was, but also for Ubolratana's willingness to push the boundaries of what was considered acceptable for a royal family member. The photo showed her posed provocatively in the very risque couture of Thierry Mugler, including one infamous photo of her as a call girl waiting for her client while wearing hot pants, thigh-high leather boots, and a see-through top over a black push-up bra. Perhaps the most shocking picture was when a behind-the-scenes photo showed one of the magazine's staff crawling around her feet to bring her shoes, as if Ubolrat were a full-fledged princess. The consequences of the provocative photo spread and her efforts to regain the recognition of her royal role were seen as slightly ambiguous. In one way, it appeared to have worked to her advantage insofar as bringing back the idea that she is a real princess in the public's eye. On the other hand, people's reactions to what Ubolrat did were that it was too crude and was just an attempt to get attention from people. In contrast, others considered it a bid for power that she had relinquished years ago. In 1996, however, Ubolratana and her family tried to attend 2 grand rituals to find favor with the royal family, and perhaps get Ubolrat's title restored. Still, King Bhumibol remained immune to all these attempts being thrown in his face. Over the next few years, Ubolratana tried to find her footing while staying in Thailand. However, nobody expected what she would do next, as she was soon to set the Thai political scene on its head. It was the first time a member of the royalty would be directly involved in electoral politics as a prime ministerial candidate. Besides contending with previous traditional conventions of the Thai royal family, did Ubolratana's future activities defy other well-established practices? Keep watching to find out more. From royalty to politics. You know how they say history is always smooth sailing, but suddenly the world changes rapidly? Vladimir Ilyich Lenin was right when he said, "There are decades where nothing happens and there are weeks when decades happen." That goes for Thailand because one day was enough to alter its political scene completely. It all began when Princess Ubolratana, the elder sister of King Maha Vajiralongkorn, was nominated by the Thai Raksa Chart Party for the post of Prime Minister. This action was quite surprising because previously, no member of the royal family had directly gotten involved in any electoral processes. The king openly criticized the move, calling it inappropriate and unconstitutional. So, how did all of this happen? Everyone was supposed to go about their different businesses that day. Little did they know a twist was somewhere around the corner, waiting to loosen. Former Army Chief General Prayuth Chan-o-cha, who seized power in 2014, was expected to announce his candidacy, and his contender, Princess Ubolratana, had put forward her nomination as the prime ministerial candidate. The announcement that Princess Ubolratana was contesting for the post of Prime Minister of Thailand broke a new record in Thai politics. It also destroyed General Prayuth's previous moves to appear more democratic. It mostly gave the people of Thailand hope that a massive shift would happen sooner than they expected, and everybody was anticipating it. Thai people were mesmerized by the possibility of voting for their representative, especially since they all loved Ubolratana. However, that wasn't all of it. Due to the lèse-majesté law, criticizing the royal family was impossible and illegal. As you all know, Ubolratana was a royal family member. According to the law, every person who thought about expressing their opinion or dissing the royal family could be punished by the state with up to 3 to 15 years of imprisonment. Safe to say, this law made it incredibly challenging for her opponent to counter her. People in Thai politics were stunned when the princess, Her Royal Highness Ubolratana, was declared fit to be a candidate for the prime minister position. She had boxed the conservative, pro-monarchy opposition into a corner, forcing them to decide between her and the military general, Prayuth Chan-o-cha. It almost felt like this would be the end of settling the differences between the Shinawatras and the palace. With the announcement, 2 questions were waiting to be answered. What then would happen when the royal family enters politics? It did not take much time to know the answers to these questions. In the evening, King Maha Vajiralongkorn arrived and openly said that his sister's run for the premiership was inappropriate and unconstitutional. He referred to the country's constitution to prove what he was saying, stating that the monarch had to stay out of politics. Even though Princess Ubolratana relinquished her titles in compliance with the palace laws, she has maintained her status as a member of the Chakri royal family, the king's statement read. Any attempt to involve high-ranking members of the royal family in the political process by whatever means would be a breach of time-honored royal traditions, customs, and national culture. Such actions must be deemed a transgression and a highly inappropriate act. After the Thai Raksa Chart Party nominated Princess Ubolratana as its prime ministerial candidate, the Constitutional Court dissolved the party, citing customary law as the reason. This was done after the Election Commission discovered that the party had violated the election law by engaging in an activity that looked like hostility to the monarchy, nominating the princess as their candidate. By bringing her to politics for its advantage, the party ignores a fundamental value of the rule of constitutional monarchy and puts the institution at risk. Its action is deemed hostile to the rule of constitutional monarchy, a judge said. For this reason, the court also ordered that the party's executives be given penalties. Following their decision, 14 executives were prohibited from standing in elections for 10 years from February 8. Furthermore, they also prohibited these executives from forming new political groups or running for other parties' executive committees for the next decade. Princess Ubolratana later tendered an apology after the ruling for the chaos her name must have caused, noting that she intended to do nothing more than try to assist Thailand and the Thai people, and instead, it created unnecessary trouble. Princess Ubolratana also significantly inspired the people of Thailand through her influence and active support for social causes. Among her most successful projects is the To Be Number One Foundation, established to help young people avoid substance use. The foundation has proved very effective, with a membership base of over 31 million members across Thailand as of 2019. Besides her work at the foundation, Princess Ubolratana also hosts a television show titled Talk to the Princess, where she spreads the goals of her anti-substance use campaign to get in touch with the community. Besides her political activities and active involvement in social causes, Princess Ubolratana also made the headlines with her interests. In 2021, she revealed an interesting side of herself on the Princess Vlog aired on the YouTube channel of the To Be Number One Foundation. Bluntly, she claimed to be a fujoshi, a term for girls who are fans of boys who love media. At the same time, the princess said that she has always been surrounded by gays and stated that she supports the LGBTQ community. She also confessed to being a huge fan of several BL couples and series, including Bright Win from Together, the series, Cow Up from Lovely Writer, the series, and Pond, Fewin from Fish Upon the Sky. In the year 2024, an issue occurred during the qualifying round regarding who would represent Phitsanulok province in the To Be Number One Idol. One of the judges was accused of being vulgar when speaking to an LGBTQ youth competitor. The event aroused considerable controversy, and people demanded more responsibility and respect from them. You might want to ask, to what extent do royals suffer unforeseen effects when they attempt to leave royal service? And do these effects limit their efforts to escape this sphere of life and create a new chapter for themselves? What are your thoughts on Princess Ubolratana's story? Did she make the right decision to let go of her royal benefits because of love? How would her life have turned out if she didn't marry the foreigner? Feel free to share your views in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to our channel. Before you go, explore the other videos displayed on your screen.